This year, thousands will clear GS and still fail in UPSC Prelims because of CSAT. And the reason is not lack of preparation, it is wrong decision making. We have 50 days. That is all you have for CSAT. And let me say this very clearly, most aspirants will fail CSAT in these 50 days. Not because they didn't study, but because they studied in the wrong way. Be honest. How many you are either ignoring CSAT or suddenly panicking right now? Some will ignore it, some will overreact. Both will fail. CSAT is not cleared by volume. Let me repeat that. CSAT is cleared by control. CSAT is not cleared by volume. Today, I am not going you. At, today, I am not giving you a timetable. I am not giving you a syllabus. I am giving you a system. It is divided into few parts. We are going to discuss about part 1, that is why students fail. Why students fail in CSAT. Most aspirants think I just need practice. So they solve 10 questions, 20 questions and 15 questions and so on and still fail. Why? What is the reason behind that? Because CSAT is not a practice problem. It is a decision problem. You don't fail CSAT because you don't know. You fail because you choose wrong under pressure. Think about your last mark. Where did you lose marks? Knowledge or decisions? Think. Be honest to yourself. We are moving to part 2. That is the Metis 50-day model. What is this? These 50 days must be divided into 3 phases, not randomly, structurally. How can you prepare for CSAT in these 50 days with structure? So, we have decided classify this as 3 phase model. That is phase number 1, that is first day to 15th day. It is for pattern plus clarity. This phase is pattern plus clarity. In the first 15 days, you are not preparing. Then what? You are understanding the exam. You are understanding the exam nature and you are understanding the exam. In this time, you have to focus only on few things. Those are reading comprehension types, want families, and trap awareness. Do not chase speed. Do not chase marks in this phase. If you don't recognize patterns, no amount of practice will save you. So you have to recognize the patterns very clearly. Then only you can solve the question easily and you get good marks in the examination. If you don't understand the pattern, you are unable to solve the questions easily. So that is why you have to understand the recognized patterns. So after this we are moving to phase number 2, that is 16th day to 35th day. This is for this phase is actually for decision training. Now preparation actually is begins here. Here you shift from learning phase to deciding phase. In these 15 days, in these 20 days, more or less, you have to do is every day solve 10 to 15 questions, and that too solving under strict timer. No comfort solving is in this time or phase. No comfort solving. You have to solve under strict timer. And after solving the questions, don't ask what is the answer. Then what? You ask yourself, where did I take the wrong decision? That is, you have to ask yourself. So, CSAT improves when decisions improves, not when knowledge increases. Please remember this point in your mind all the time, because CSAT improves when decisions improves, not when knowledge increases. From 36th day to 50th day, this is phase 3. Phase 3 is the actual exam simulation phase. This is now you stop learning. Yes, you stop learning here. You start simulating the exam. That is why this phase is here. Every week you have to do is take one full CSAT paper, and that too within the 2 hours strict time frame. That is the exam like situation under with OMR discipline. No breaks in between the test simulation time. Don't take breaks in between the test simulation time. After the test, don't check marks immediately. You have to do is first you have to analyze the decisions. This is the important. Please remember this carefully. Marks are a byproduct of your decisions. Decisions are the actual cause. So decisions are most important rather than marks. This is the 50th day, 50 days timetable. Then move to part 3, that is daily routine. Now let me simplify your life. What you have to do. You don't need 3 hours. You don't need 5 hours for CSAT daily. You need this plan, like daily 50-minute plan. What you have to do is in this 50-minute plan, you have to allocate 20 minutes for reading comprehension and another 20 minutes for quant or reasoning, and remaining 10 minutes for error review. These 10 minutes is most crucial. You have to improve through error review phase. These 10 minutes are most important. That's it. Yes, that's it. 50 minutes enough. But according to your plan, you have to increase that time, or you are okay with the 50-minute plan. That is your perception. You don't need more time. You need more consistency here. You have to consistent preparation, consistent analysis, consistent solving the questions is need of the hour here. So we are moving to part 4, that is biggest mistakes made by students. Let me be very honest here. Usually students make these types of mistakes that will cost as like biggest mistakes. They even don't know about the mistakes. So the mistake number one is ignoring CSAT. Few students think like this: I will focus on GS first. I will do CSAT, then after GS. This is how toppers fail in prelims examination due to ignoring CSAT. Mistake number two, oversolving. These are opposite to the mistake one candidates. Like few students solving 100 questions a day, that too without analysis. That is absolutely waste. Why? Because with analysis, what he or she may learn from mistakes. Without analysis, waste of the time. How can you learn from your mistakes without analysis? So you have to analysis after the solving the questions. Then only you have to improve your solving capability. Then only your marks will improve. Mistake number three, no timer. What is the no timer situation? Few students practice number of questions, unlimited questions, but without using strict timer. Have to use strict time frame, that is 2 hours for full length mock test. This is also not good because CR may identify the timing of question solving. Without no timer, how can they learn timing? They feel unlimited practice is illusion of confidence. They will feel like this. But strict, under the strict timer is also need of the hour. Without unlimited practice, unlimited practice is maybe helpful, but when under the strict time, only it will help. Otherwise, it won't help you. Few people falls under this confidence. This is illusion of confidence. This is false confidence. So mistake number four, that is no error tracking. If you don't know your mistake pattern, how can you improve? So you have to track the errors. Then only you can improve your solving abilities. Without error tracking, it may be lead to fail in the examination. You cannot improve. You are missing the actual opportunity, real opportunity here to improve in the examination as far as CSAT is concerned. So CSAT is not about how many questions you solve. It is about how many mistakes you stop repeating. This is the actual control. Please understand this line. These type of lines only save in the examination. We are moving to part number 5, that is real battle. What is the real battle? This is actually two option conflict. What is the two option conflict? Now listen carefully. Most CSAT questions come down to two options. After four options, two options eliminate. Remaining two options. This is the actual conflict. This is actually the real battle. Because most toppers are stuck here. And this is where you lost marks. Be honest. How many times you have been stuck between two options? Please be honest to you all the time. Why? Because that will only change your life and improve the performance in the examination. Choose the option that is within the passage, which is moderate in nature, which not exaggerated as far as reading comprehension is concerned. If options are extreme, you have to reject extra emotional, you have to reject it as far as reading comprehension passages are concerned. CSAT is one between two options. You have to understand this, not four options. We are moving to part number 6, that is attempt strategy. What is the attempt strategy actually? Before the exam, decide your rules. What rules? What are the rules? Here, target 60 to 70 attempts. You have to skip early if the question is not solvable. No ego solving here. If you stuck for 2 minutes in the particular question, leave that particular questions and move forward. This make to you as rule. This make it to as rule for yourself. If stuck for 2 minutes, you have to leave. Leaving a question is intelligence. It's not your weakness. Please treat like this as intelligence, not your weakness. Leaving up the question, leaving a particular question. Part number 7. In the exam hall, that is mental control. What is the mental control? In the exam hall, you will feel like confusion after seeing the questions, pressure and doubt yourself and questions also. That is very normal. That is normal. That is very normal. But what matters is here is how you respond, how you respond to that. That is the actual matter. CSAT psychological game. CSAT is a psychological exam disguised as aptitude. Please mind this. In these 50 days, you don't need perfection. You don't need to master everything. You know you need one thing, that is control over your decisions. Control over your decisions. You don't need 80 attempts. You need 30 correct decisions. You need 30 correct decisions. After this video, you have two choices. What are the choices? Be the aspirant who tries CSAT are the one who controls it. CSAT is actually, what is the meaning of CSAT? Civil Services Aptitude Test. UPSC does not eliminate the unprepared, it eliminates the unstable. If this gave you clarity, stay with Metis. We don't teach CSAT, we train you to control it. Thank you and all the very best.